Hi, I'm Dan and welcome to the channel. In this video I'm going to be making these skirting boards from 18mm MDF. I got the sheets of MDF cut down into long strips at B&Q just to make things a little bit easier for myself. Then all I had to do was cut them into all the lengths to fit the room. I added a chamfer using the router, and then it was just a case of painting and varnishing them to match the colours in this room. So let's get cracking.
Last night I got the first coat of paint on these skirting boards, and now I just want to show you a quick tip on how to get the edge of MDF nice and smooth, because when you paint it, it ends up being quite sort of rough and grainy. You could probably hear if I rub normally there, smooth there, quite rough. But it's dead easy to get a nice finish. So a lot of people will just sand and sand, get it nice and smooth and then paint it, but then the fibres just open back up again and it's still rough. So what you want to do is paint it first and then just get some sandpaper. I've just got some 320 grit, then sand this down, and basically the fibres in here go hard from the paint. And then when you sand it, it leaves you a nice smooth finish, and then you can put a second coat of paint on and the finish should be the same on the flat front part that's nice and smooth and any edge grain. You should be able to see the difference, and now if I do this, you can probably hear it's even smoother again than the better paint. So yeah, you should be able to see how much smoother that is now than it was before. And then you just put a second coat on this and it's one nice continuous smooth finish rather than having rough edges that, especially on skirting boards, all the dust sticks to. Now we just need to sand down the rest of these and get the second coat of paint on them and then leave them to dry, and then we're going to be applying a clear polyurethane varnish in matte to protect them, because obviously this is just emulsion paint which, well, you can see probably from putting your fingers down it, it'll mark quite easily. So we're going to be protecting that and the radiator cover and this wall. So yeah, get these sanded down, get them painted, leave them to dry and get them varnished, and then hopefully later today, if not tomorrow, we'll get these applied and stuck on the wall. Now that all these skirting boards have been painted and are dry, we're going to varnish them again with the clear matte varnish, the same stuff that I used on the feature wall. The varnish is all dry, which means I can now get these stuck on. So if you've watched some of the previous videos with the plasterboard and the insulation, I used this foam, so it's plasterboard foam. So I'm going to use that same foam to stick these skirting boards on, nice and strong. It means I don't obviously then have to put nails through. So I'm going to stick them on and then just use some dumbbells just to prop them in place for a couple of minutes, just because these walls aren't necessarily perfectly straight, so I don't want any little gaps. So I'll just press the dumbbells up against them, leave it maybe 5 minutes because this goes off pretty quick, and then move on to the next one, nice and easy. Alexa, set a timer for 3 minutes.
3 minutes, starting now.
Alexa off.